Paul Graham from OptimalBody.ca. Today I'll be answering the question, is it bad to weigh yourself every day? It really depends on the person. In my experience, for the vast majority of people, it does not lead to a positive outcome when you're weighing yourself every day. So in this video, I'm going to go through the pros and the reasons you'd want to weigh yourself every day, and then the cons and reasons you might not want to weigh yourself every day. So in this video, I'm going to go through the pros and reasons you might get benefit from weighing yourself every day. Then I'm also going to go through the cons and why you wouldn't want to weigh yourself every day. And then you can decide what's going to be best for you. One of the first pros, which is pretty obvious, is that you can actually see progress in seeing if what you're doing is working. But it's important to note you need to do this over a longer period of time. For females, another pro is that it can help you to actually see progress if you're doing it for, again, longer periods of time, so over the course of months. If a female is still having her cycle, her weight can vary massively from week to week. And so oftentimes, they may be losing body fat, but not seeing the number go down on the scale because of where they are in their cycle. And this can create problems with a lot of females thinking nothing's working or they're not seeing results, when actually what they're doing is working. It's just it's going to take longer to be able to see the results on the scale. And so some females notice if they actually track from month to month to month, they can see on which weeks they actually will have a bit of an increase or bigger decreases depending on where they are in their cycle. And this can be largely individual based on the person. Another pro that is a good reason why you might want to weigh yourself every day is it allows you to figure out what is working or what isn't if you can treat it as data. And so it can allow you to start making adjustments. But the thing is, you need to be incredibly consistent with your nutrition and be pretty meticulous about it if you're going to be making tweaks based on the number that's coming up on the scale. Those are some of the reasons you would want to weigh yourself every day. What are the cons and reasons you would not want to weigh yourself on the scale every day? For a lot of people, they start measuring success strictly based on the scale. This creates a lot of problems because most people have unrealistic expectations of the scale going down in a linear process. That's not how it works if you're losing weight for a prolonged period of time. You're going to see your weight going up and down. You're going to see your weight not decreasing sometimes, maybe even for a few weeks. What you need to be able to do is look at the number on the scale as data, not a measuring stick of how good am I doing or not. It's just information and then figuring out how to make those tweaks. Instead, measure how good you're doing based on how consistently you're actually following through on the behavioral change. The other con I'm going to mention, people usually think this is a reason to weigh themselves every day, but it winds up creating more issues for the vast majority of people. Most people think that the number on the scale is going to give them motivation to keep going. And I see this all the time where people say, oh, once I start seeing results on that scale, then I'm going to be motivated, then I'm going to keep going. But inevitably what happens to the vast majority of people is that life gets in the way. Things start getting tough, things start getting hard, and you get off track. That's a normal part of the process, but often what happens is when people are using the number on the scale as their motivation completely disappears. Because all of a sudden it seems like nothing's working. If you are going to use the scale every day, I would say it's really important to have other measuring sticks of success and using those measuring sticks as your form of motivation away from weighing yourself. Really getting to the core of why do you want to lose weight? So what does that number on the scale represent to you? Is it bad to weigh yourself every day? It's going to depend on your mental outlook and how you're using that tool. Most people that think it's going to work for them, it works horribly. If you can detach emotionally from the number on the scale and look at it as data, it can be incredibly valuable to you. So stop and pause and think about what's worked well for you in the past, and not just what worked well for a short period of time, but what was the outcome a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line from when you were weighing yourself every day? Did it give you the end result you wanted or not?